Hey guys, I'm Review It Dan.
I'm Otaku Ken. Welcome to Random Talks, our podcast-like series where we sit here and talk about things that have happened through the week that we find interesting while we are exhausted.
It's just been a long week. Actually, it's been a long 2 weeks since we were tired last week as well.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff going on recently, so...
Yeah. Well, because Random Talks was delayed because of schedules, and we did it on Sunday? It was Sunday, right?
Yes.
So there's not a whole lot to talk about weekly, but starting next week, it'll start moving a little bit better.
Yeah. Well, let's begin with the list then. First thing is Disney-related things.
Dun, 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 dun.
Frozen Land.
Okay, so they just announced more details for the World of Arendelle for Hong Kong and Paris, which there's also one coming to Tokyo Disney Sea, but they didn't really talk about that one that much. We're going to be focusing first on Hong Kong. Excuse me. They're going to have a Frozen roller coaster, which they've mentioned that it's going to be closer related, not as intensely, but the model of it is more closely related to Goofy's Barnstormer than it is anything else. Because a lot of people thought it was going to be Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. But it looks like it's going to be a more intense version of the Barnstormer.
Yeah, I rode the Barnstormer last time at the Disney World, mostly because my nieces were riding it, and I was like, you know what? Let's see how this kid ride is. Nothing to really brag about, but for kids, it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
So, can't really say I can't wait to ride it because I don't think I'm going to be going to any other country in a good couple of years.
We're going to Hong Kong, Dan. Let's go. Suddenly a map and just an airplane.
We're traveling by map.
Traveling by map. Let's see. The next one, they did announce that there will be a Frozen Ever After in all three of the parks for their Arendells, which is good. They need it. They need something like that.
Yeah.
And they can be more creative with it because it's more. I mean, Epcot's more constricted to the old Maelstrom track and everything. Mm-hmm. So yeah, they'll be able to work something a little bit better with that one.
Mm-hmm. Dining area as well.
Oh yeah, they announced that I forget which one they said it was. It was either Paris or Hong Kong because that was the one they were focusing on. One of them's going to get a dining experience, probably character dining as well, with within the Frozen Land. It's going to be themed with Arendelle and all that. So I'm really excited for that. Me and Jazz want to travel to the other parks. So yeah, I mean, I'm actually it'll be open by the time we get there. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited. I really want to eat at this place.
All right, next thing on the list. Guardians of the Galaxy, the ride.
Okay, so they finally showed what the cars look like. What you saw them too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what'd you think of them?
They looked interesting.
You're going to be launching backwards on a roller coaster. That's going to be interesting. But they also said it's probably going to hit about 30 miles an hour. It's not going to be a very fast ride. But that's fine with me. I mean, I'm a I can't stand heights person, not a I can't stand speed. Which is why I like the rock and roller coaster because I can't see what's going on.
How high are we? I don't know. I can't see.
Good.
Oh, we upside down. Although I don't want to ride the ride when the lights are on. But
yeah, that'd be traumatizing for me. For a quick little,
they also do 360, don't they?
No, corkscrew.
No, I mean like the cars.
Oh, yeah, the cars turn. Yeah. You'll go backwards and then go forwards. So a quick little backstory on my fear of heights. Many, many moons ago, I just got into the age of riding roller coasters. My first roller coaster, I mean, you start off with something simple. I went to Six Flags Over Georgia. I went to something simple. I went to the Mine Train one.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, yeah, I know that one.
The track hasn't held up very well over the years.
The scenes weren't that great either.
No. It was okay. I didn't really care for it. Then we went to the Batman. I love Batman.
Oh.
So, not so much the coaster, the character.
Yeah.
So I'm like, ooh, this one will be fun. I was just at the cusp of height requirements. So I get on the ride. da 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 da. You know, go through the line, get on the coaster. I'm having fun. Whee! And their backup generator, and their electrical system just quit on the ride. So, like, it was mostly in like a sectional of the park.
Yeah.
So they had a lot go out. But I was on the ride when it went out. And as we ran out of momentum, the ride caught on something to prevent us from prevented us from rolling backwards, which I'm sure they fixed that by now. I hope. But I got stuck upside down.
Wow.
I did not feel safe at all. So we were stuck there for a while. They finally got it to undo it and got us down. But yeah, that is how my fear of heights came past. Thank you, and have a good night.
I've always had a fear of heights, but roller coasters I don't really have a problem with. Well, I never did ride that ride, Deja Vu. I was at Six Flags over Georgia. That ride always got caught upside down.
Yeah, I mean, if you were in my situation, you probably have the same fear of heights and roller coasters.
Very true. But some of the rides I looked into, Batman is one of the rides that causes migraines, and I don't like migraines that well.
Well, Jazz, I did it for her. I got over my fear of roller coasters to a degree. I can do some roller coasters. I still can't do heights. So ones like Goliath are
Goliath is an intense height ride. That's for sure.
Yes.
I've ridden it a couple times and I love it.
My dad actually worked on it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
But yeah, I just don't. I can't do heights. So if it's a roller coaster that I can see how high I am, and it's not and if it's an intense roller coaster, and I can see how high I am, that's a big no-go. If it's an intense roller coaster, it's in the dark, I can do that. If it's not an intense roller coaster and it's not that high off the ground, I can do it. Kind of like Barnstormer. So, I mean, there's certain requirements my brain and psychologicalness have to go through.
There's an element to it that you have to do.
Yes. there is a process.
Yeah. I couldn't ride the mine train one for a while because when I was a kid and I was like my head was against the seat because the seat was like this.
Well, I mean, what do you expect for an old wooden coaster? Just saying.
Yeah, the seat was so hard, it gave me a headache and a bruise on the back of my head.
To be fair, again, that roller coaster has not held up over the years. Right up there with, I think it's called the Scream Machine.
The American Scream Machine.
Yeah, I heard.
Really need to update that, like they kind of did, like they did the Georgia Cyclone.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Wooden roller coasters, I know they have a special place in their heart for our people, but yeah, it's one of those kinds of deals where you either need to shut it down and refurb everything and keep it the way it is, or it's time to knock it down and build it back up from scratch.
Oh, for Georgia Cyclone, they didn't really tear the whole thing down. They just replaced a few parts and it turned into a wood/metal coaster.
I thought they tore it down.
No. They still kept most of the framework to it.
Oh, okay. I could have swore I saw a video of them tearing it down.
I actually rode the Georgia Cyclone now. There's only one problem I have with a lot of the seats they do.
But
they had the seats so darn small, I had to basically squeeze.
Well, to be fair, if they kept the framework, that means they had to keep similar cars. So that means
even the cars, they weren't that bad.
I know, but I'm saying they had to keep the similar cars. That means that it was meant for people of a different age, which means they were not as fat as you and me.
Well, that's not even a problem either. I went on the Superman, and I got on the ride. And for some reason, it was like my seat in general wasn't working. I thought it was because I was fat. Also, next thing I know, my sister goes on the ride like a week later, and she sees another guy on there, skinnier than me, like way skinnier, and the same seat. Saying it wasn't closed. It was like the dude was like, he closed it. He goes and shakes it like he is shaking with all his might, and it's not moving. He goes, it's closed. I decided to get off the ride. I was like, screw this. I'm not doing this crap. But still,
I would have just moved to a different seat or waited for a different car, you know?
Yeah. Well, let's get back to the list. We got way off track there.
I mean, it's fine. I mean,
true.
I mean, you get to learn a little bit about us.
Skyline.
Oh yes, the Disney Skyliner comes out to the public at the end of the month. And it turns out in a few days from the time we were recording this, they are going to start cast member previews. So that means some of the cast members will be able to ride it for the first time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited to see about this. I'm curious on how they plan on keeping the cars cool during the summer. That's me. I'm curious on that.
Yeah.
Because, I mean,
no one sit in a hot car for a good while.
Yeah, especially if you're going the long way. You can go from point A to... I think the bottom one is Epcot and whatever hotel's at the top. Yeah, that's definitely a issue for me. I'm sure they have a way to cool it, but I know it's not an air conditioning unit. I mean, we've seen the size of those things. They don't have AC units on it.
Yeah. Last, but not... Actually, this is kind of at least one here. Nintendo.
Why did you make something so stupid looking? And making an adventure game at that.
Seriously, it's like exercise adventure. It's like Wii Fit Trainer. Like decided to get this ring and go, okay, let's go. I thought they were going to do like more bow and arrow kind of things with it. No, instead it's like, hold. Release. Release. And you're fighting a buff dragon?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sounds like a weird Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Yeah.
Buff dragon. In defense mode.
Or yeah.
Buff dragon attack mode.
Add
Use Pecks of Doom.
Add Johnny Bravo noises to it.
Man, I'm hot. Look at these muscles.
Man, I'm pretty.
Man, I'm pretty.
Oh man! When this game comes out, someone needs to take every scene with that dragon and just add Johnny Bravo track to it.
And then for the fight scenes, use Ed and Eddie soundtrack.
Oh, that would be funny.
It would be really hilarious.
But is that it?
That's it for now.
All right, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for today. I'm Otaku Kent,
I'm Review Dan. Hope you all had a blast.
and don't forget to stay random. Peace out.